morning, no, afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Carnation Crafts TV. I'm Laura. We've got Bunny next door, ready to read out your messages and your comments. This is our second show of the day, so it is our second look at a brand new collection, A Day to Remember. Now, just before I jump in and show you what you're going to get in the collection, I've got an exciting update to tell you. So if you've already purchased the collection, or if you purchase now until midnight on Thursday, then on Friday you are going to get an email with an exclusive bonus 100 backing papers to go with the collection. So you don't have to do anything else. If you've already got it, you will get the email on Friday. And if you purchase between now and midnight on Thursday, you will get the email on Friday. So it's just a little thank you. I guess Carnation are feeling the Christmas spirit, and they're going to give you 100 bonus backing papers. And they are different to the backing papers that are already available for you to download. They are different to that. So it's just a little thank you from Carnation for purchasing the collection, because it has been so popular with everybody at home. Right, so with that being said, let's have a look at what you will be getting in the collection. So this is the Day to Remember collection, item number 251201. You've got the QR code there as well, so you can scan that. Now you've got your two big dies here to start off with. You've got your Regal accent frames. So you've got your, for me, these are your three card bases. You've got your larger frame, the middle-sized frame, and you've got your oval frame there to use obviously as frames, your card bases. You can cut into these as well. You've got your corner pieces here that give you like a moss effect with these great little tuck-ins, grounding elements. Then you've got your floral adornments. So you've got your foliage there, plus you've got, look how much decoupage you've got on here, which are going to come into their own with some other bits that I'm going to show you in a minute. So you've got lots in there to use as decoupage, use them individually. Really lovely floral elements to use. And you've also got that lattice design there as well. So you could use that as a card, use it as a lattice panel on your projects, and you've also got the matte layers to go in the center of that as well. And then in the corner there you can see you've got something special. So you've got that lovely gift wrapped up with a bow. So this could be your Christmas gifts, these could be anniversary, birthdays, and they can be so many different, any occasion really, can't you? You can use those gifts for. Then we're going to go down to your natural embellishments. So remember all those floral decoupage I was just saying. Now you've got all of the natural embellishments to be able to design your own flowers. So you could completely decorate like that, lattice design these now how you want, using these with those decoupage flowers. Then you've got suspended elegance. So this is that lovely chandelier and the bird cage. You can see they are suspended. You can cut those off if you want them to be freestanding as well. And you've also got candles there as well that you can add in. Then we go on to event ready. So you've got your table, your chair, you've got all of those elements then to decorate. So you've got that table set in, the shoes and the present there. And you've also got the pad for the seat as well. So you can have the chair facing you or facing away from you, which is very clever. And then you've got your elegant banner. So this one here, you can see you've got that lovely banner design. You've got matte layers for this as well. And you've got the back panel die for this as well, so you can bring it to the front of your project. So that's the complete A Day to Remember collection. Now we do also have on the show a Step Above, which has been so incredibly popular, and I'm not surprised at all. You get so much in here. So you've got your ladder card shape, which is just unbelievable. This is going to give you a complete card in the design of a ladder. I mean, just look. How incredible is that? You can see how it stands up on its own. You see you've got that there. So you've got your complete card. You've got those shelves that you can see here. So just like the one I just showed you, I think between all of the samples I've showed you, so many different ways that you can actually use that. But they have been designed to actually sit across your cards like so. And you can see there, this part is these dies that you can use then to have those pop-up elements look as a little stopper. So that will just stand like so. You can see this one's actually got it on the top as well with that present on top of there. So there's a mix of different ways that you can use them, but that is the way that they have been intended to be used. So you've got your bucket in there, and then you've got your infinity symbol. You've got all of your embellishments there to actually decorate your shelves, your ladder. And then you have a full alphabet in here. And I mean, look at the script. It is absolutely beautiful. It's so intricate with those little twirls. You can join them up as well. So if you want to like add them in and make them join up so it looks like one word, you can absolutely do that. It is beautiful. I was saying earlier, it's like the perfect in-between size. It's not too big, it's not too small that you're going to lose it, or you know the letters are too fiddly to use. It is that perfect size with them. And then I'm just going to mention quickly, because we do also have the perfect papers on the show as well. So you've got in there your 48 sheets, A4 is 300 GSM, you've got the solid colours in there, you've got the diagonal stripe and the spot. And it is the most, it's that lovely pastel colours. They are beautiful colours. Obviously they work perfectly with the collection. So it's just, I always say, it's just such a lovely one to get. It kind of makes your crafting that much easier when you don't have to worry about trying to find like the perfect colour cardstock. It just brings everything together when you are crafting. So if you can add that in, I would 100% recommend grabbing that. Right, we're going to go through the board so you can see what everything's going to look like with obviously your artwork. So we're going to start off with the frames. So you've got, like I said, your oval card shape, you've got that bigger frame card shape, and you've got the smaller one. These are so, look at the detail that you've got in here. They are so incredibly detailed. Look at all these cut lines. Now, you look at that, that could be absolutely anything. Did you know seeing them like that? If you cut them out in white, don't they look like clouds? You could have them like in the corners, like little clouds in the corners, and this. Like you could easily, if that was just on a card like that now, in white, you could get away with that being a cloud. So you can mix these up in so many different ways all year round. These are just lovely card shapes to use all year round. Keep them out, use them again and again. You can see how perfect these look with that almost like that moss design in the artwork. You can tuck them in, use them behind your flowers as grounding elements. They just work beautifully. Then we have the floral adornment. So here you have got those lovely flowers. Now this is your main floral element, and then these two pieces will fit on top as decoupage. And then you've got all of your flower heads to decoupage on again. You've got this little sweep design that you can use with the chair, use it on the chandelier, use it on the ladder. But this one is a separate little sweep that you can bring in to different places. But these two I would use completely on their own as well. You do not keep these just as your decoupage. Use these and mix them up together. And then you have all of these floral heads as decoupage. Now I do believe that they've added in so many of these so that you can go in and decorate your ladder, decorate the chair, decorate the chandelier or that lattice panel how you want them to be. Because you also get in there the natural embellishments. You've got two different tones of green in here, so you can mix these up and they work perfectly. But now imagine you have all of these flower heads plus all of these natural embellishments that you can now design your own. So you can add this in here, add some of the roses, add more in, and you could just go in and decorate this how you want. So everything comes together. I love, like, Carnation really do think about every die that they add into a collection and how they work together. Then you've got your suspended elegance, you've got that chandelier, you've got the birdcage, you've got those lovely candles there. So you could decoupage these up, you can add the candles into here, cut these off, turn this into a birdcage, mix them up how you want them to be. And then we've got the elegant bag. I think this is one of my favorite ones in the collection. I just think it's so usable. So you've got that lovely banner design. You've got the outside mat. So if you really want this to stand out, you've got that mat in the back. You've got mats and layers for these as well. Now, one thing I love about this, you do have artwork. So when you print out the artwork, you get them like this, so they're plain, just with that lovely shading and texturing. But you do also get them with wording on as well. So you've got the options of using that, but you can use it either way as well. So you could have it where it's coming down or where it's going up. And you can put things in there so it looks like it's almost like wrapped around as well. So you've got lots of different options with that one. Then you've got here something special. So you've got that lovely present there. You can see, look, so much detail in there. And again, a present, you would use that for any occasion at all, would you? In those lovely colours as well, mix that up. Then you've got event ready. So you've got that lovely table, the chair. Now, like I said, do have that pad in, so you can pop that on the chair. Have I still got this? Yes, I do. So you can see now that chair is facing away from us. Pop the pad on, and now all of a sudden it's facing us. So you've got different options with that. So you could have like two with the table and mix them up. You've got those lovely shoes, the table setting, and that present in there as well. And then I'm going to quickly mention as well the other die that we do have on the show, the Step Above. So you can see that lovely ladder design with that infinity symbol. You've got the book, you've got those two shelves. Those are the panels to help hold the shelf, and you can use them to hold the items on there as well if you want that 3D effect. Lots of embellishments there to decorate the ladder as well, and your full alphabet, which I just think is amazing to get all that in one die. It is such a it's so big, honestly. When I showed you, I'm going to grab it quickly, like you could not fit another die on there if you tried. Like that is jam packed. You couldn't get anything else on there. You get so much in that set. So you can see exactly what you're going to get in there. Like I said, I love the font. It's very easy and clean to see. There's nothing that kind of, it's not too fiddly, and everything, you can see what every letter is, which sounds so bizarre, but so I've had it before. I've bought some, and like some of them you struggle, you're like, is what letter is that? And you kind of have to try and work it out. So you've got everything you need there, plus the numbers as well. Now I'm going to grab some samples, because we've got some different samples here. So I'm going to grab some of these so we can see some different ones. So I'm just going to see which ones have got the ladder on. So we'll do that one first, as soon as we've grabbed that one. And then we can go through. Oh, so I've got, so there's that one, and I've got this one here. This one doesn't have a, oh yes it does. I was going to say it doesn't have a name on it, but it's hidden away. It's Barbara's done this one. How cute is that? So we've got that one. And then I've got some here, but these ones now have used the ladder in with their cards. So it's not just the ladder on the side. So this one's Barbara again. So you can see that. And do you see what I mean about the letters? Like this, you instantly know what they are. They are so lovely. They're not too big either. They just work perfectly. And then I've got another one here. Oh, by Barbara again. Using the ladder look with the frame, so you can see how they work together, don't they, so well. So you can mix and match them in with the frames if you want to. Right, now these ones are just using the Day to Remember collection. So we've got one here by Vera. How lovely is that? So pretty. I think the collection's like really clean and like fresh. There's just something really lovely. Then I've got one here by Fiona. Look at that. That's so pretty. I love the green and the white. I think that's what it is that makes it feel really fresh, and it's really lovely. Could be men's cards, especially with the green and the white. It's just something really lovely. We've got that one there by Vera, using the two of them. That's a nice fresh one. And then look at this one. I think that's really nice. Pam's done this one. And that infinity symbol, look, on your special days. That could be like a wedding card, couldn't it? Or, you know, with that infinity symbol there. It could be so many different things. And then look at this one. So Sue did this one. I think this is such a different one from the ones that we've seen so far. Look at that. So bringing in the moss, those corners, you can see how it just adds in, and then putting those presents in there with the book. That's so cute. And then I've got another one here. And this is a nice way actually of showing you of using those corners with the frame. So using those corner pieces. Vera did that one. So look, using those corners around the frame to build that up. There's something like, I don't know, like storybook about that one. But Bunny agrees. I don't know, there's something like fairy tale-y about, I don't know. That one makes me feel like, I don't know, something fairy tale. Bunny agrees with me, so it can't just be me. Oh, it could be. Bunny's saying it's because the frame looks like a mirror. And then, yeah, because maybe like foresty vibe. I don't know. Maybe you're right, actually. It could be. But lovely samples there by the design team. Right, let me grab. Right, so demos. So we are going to use the oval frame for our first card. So I have got some of our hammered cardstock. So you can, there, look, you can see, look, the texture in here. It is stunning. It is hammered cardstock, but for me, it feels like the expensive, like, watercolor card is the texture of this. It is absolutely lovely. We do have a tester pack on the website for this. Honestly, if you can stretch to it, just get the full pack because you will love this cardstock. It is stunning. The full pack is $14.99 for 50 sheets. For 50 sheets for $14.99. Or we do have the tester pack, which is 20 sheets, and this is $9.99. I mean, if you want to try it, obviously you've got this year, but I guarantee you will love this cardstock, and then you'll be sorry that you didn't just get the bigger one, and then you'll be ordering the bigger one anyway, because it is absolutely beautiful cardstock. Right, so I'm going to go in with my everyday glue, also available on the website, and I'm just going to pop this on there. So we've cut out the larger mat, so the largest die in that oval frame, we've cut that out, and then can you see I've just snipped away the bottom part. So that's just going to help this stand up, because obviously we're making our card base out of this die, so that's just going to make it stand up. And then I've gone in then with the next size down with the perfect paper. So this is like that peachy pink colour, really, really lovely colour. So we've got that. I'm going to add a bit of foam tape. Could not think of the word then. On the back of that. Where's my scissors? So let's add some foam on here. Just to raise this up. We will also have foam tape on the website. Right, so put that there, and then we can pull this off. Do let us know if you are waiting for your delivery. We had an email in the earlier show of Audrey, I'm sure it was Audrey, wasn't it? Saying that she'd already received her collection that she ordered yesterday, which is just amazing. Right, so we've got that on there. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I have cut out the frame, okay? Now, I just need to see if I have got, I do, oh, I need to pull this glass mat out. Wait. Right, so what I've done is I've cut out the hammered cardstock again, and this time I've cut it on Elevate. Okay, so you can see we've cut it out. You can still get all of that amazing detail look even when you're cutting it with Elevate. So if you haven't used Elevate before, what I do, and this is just the way that I find easiest, I will place my die onto the Elevate to kind of see how much I want to use, and then I will put the piece of card over that size and then cut it out, so I've still got the rest of the Elevate left instead of using like a whole sheet. Okay, now I think I've used the thickest size for this. Yes, I have. So the Elevate, you get it in 2mm and 1.5, okay, in thickness. Now this is a tester pack. If you've never tried Elevate before, it is incredibly useful. This is $5.99 if you want to give it a go. So you do get the two different thicknesses in the tester pack. So a really nice way of having a go with it if you haven't used it before. All you're going to do is put your cardstock like I have on top, and then put your die on there exactly how you would just cutting a piece of cardstock, run it through, and then this is what it'll look like when you've pulled the die off. So you can see, look, it's cut where it would. And now I'm going to add this. Actually, I don't think I am going to cut it. What are we doing with that? No, let's not cut it. I don't know why I pulled that out. I'm not even going to cut it. So I was going to cut the middle bit out, but now I've changed my mind. I've been terrible at that the last 2 days. I keep changing my mind about everything. Right, so we've got that there. Let me just check, make sure that's the right way around. Right, so we've cut it out of Elevate. So you'll see that you just pull this off. And you've made your own. Do you know what the word is for these, Bunny? It's not a sticker, it's a thicker. So we've made our own thicker. So you can see, like, you've got that lovely depth around there, and it's going to be, so the whole thing now is adhesive. So what you can do is exactly the same. So like what I was going to do was get my craft knife and just snip around there, exactly as you would your cardstock before peeling this off, and then you could leave that bit on there. And then you've also got these bits. So what I do, I always keep, I've got like a little pot on my desk in the corner, and if I've ever cut anything like this, I'll just chuck that in there. So if I've got like something small that I want to cut out, I can use that, or, you know, use it for like your foam bits. You know, if I've got any bits left of this, I never throw it, I use every single little bit of it. Right, so that now is going to stick right on there like that. Now look how much dimension that gives you. It really does. You see, so it really does add a different layer to your project. So you've got that there, and obviously you can use it with like your die cut, use it with absolutely anything. I've just used it for that frame. Right, so what we're going to do now is grab some of these flowers, and we are going to add in that, I think there. Right, so we're going to add the decoupage, so the floral bit, so that floral adornment part is the corner piece, which I don't have one here, but so this is a nice way of showing you actually, because what I'm going to do now is I'm using everything. So I'm using all of the decoupage pieces, but I'm not actually using the main part. So like when I've said, you know, use the decoupage on their own, don't not use them. That's what I'm doing now. I'm only going to use the decoupage. So these would decoupage onto those corner pieces, and then that would go on top of there like that. But I'm using them on their own, so that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to mix these up. So I'm going to bring that one there. Or shall I have the end bits? No, I feel like that. So let's add these in. So let's just give this a bit of shape. Grab our glue. So let's add these in. So I'm going to just bring this around, so following the shape of the frame, and do the same here. And obviously I've flipped that now because this one is done with our mirrored vignettes, and then that is going to go there like that. Now this banner I've stamped on here, so this is one of the stamps from Old Clean Simple. That is going to sit there. So I want to bring those flowers up. So I want it to like flow. So these are kind of sitting in the flowers, if that makes sense. So I'm going to bring in some more. And what I'm going to do is kind of fill this top bit. So I'm going to put that in there. And I'm going to glue that on. So then I can kind of fill around it. Now, I'm only doing this because I'm using pin flare, so I know I can pick it up and move it around. Otherwise, I just leave it there. So I'm going to just glue that there, like that. And then what I'm going to do is I want to fill this so it feels like the flowers are kind of coming out with the script. So with that banner, so I'm going to put one there and put one on the other side. There like that, and then we've got flowers, so I'm going to really try and bring this up. So this is kind of the same level. Tuck that under there. And then build. I might add, I feel like it needs a bit more there. Let's have a look what we can do. Right, I'm going to stick that over there. Bring some more pink in. And then I don't know, what do you think? It looks like the banner's kind of coming out of the flowers. Or no? Or shall I put them behind? First way? Bunny's voting the first way, so I'll go with what Bunny says, because I didn't do it the other time, did I? The earlier show, I completely ignored you, yeah. Right, so we'll add that in there. And then same on this side. And these are those smaller kind of swooping pieces, and you can see, look how useful they are. You can just slot them in. So we'll add them in there, and then let's just build that up a little bit. But the dimension you can build on these is amazing because you get so much in there, and the flowers really do stand out. So I'm going to add that on there. I mean, that's a real 3D card, that is. And let's see, what else can we put in? I feel like we need something there. I'm going to add that flower in there, because I feel like that gap needs filling, and I'm going to put a pink on the other side to break that up. So I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to add one more. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to yeah, so it looks like that banner now is kind of like wrapped in with the flowers, but it's such a lovely collection to use. There's so many different ways you can mix and match this one up. But obviously I wanted to do the oval because we didn't get to do we didn't do an oval frame in the last row. So I wanted to start with the oval for this one. So we got that one in there. But it's just a nice way as well. You can see, look, how much that stands on the Elevate. It really does make that pop. But lovely, really clean. And that could be anything, couldn't it? That frame with the flowers could be for any occasion at all that you could use that for. It really does work for so many different occasions as well. Right, let me grab, should we do the ladder? Do you want to do the ladder? Let's do, right, can I pop that there? Let's start with our ladder. So if I'm going to make this into the card, so you're going to need 2 of these. These are cut with the artwork, so you can see it's like that soft white wood design. I really like this card shape. I think it's so usable. It's so easy to make, but it looks so effective as well though. Like, it looks as if you've spent ages doing these when they come together so easy. Yeah, other collections are going to work. I love the idea of doing like a baby card there and having like little toys or like a little baby grow on there or stuff, something like that. I think it would look really, really cute. Because I feel like things like this people do use, like it's when you have like one of those party hire things on there, and they do use them a lot in like parties and events and stuff. So you're going to fold those to give you that like L shape, like that. Yeah, you can see that, can't you? Yeah, and then that is just going to help support it, obviously, when it's stood up. These 2 top bits you're just going to fold back, and those 2 top bits then are what come together to glue your card shape. So those 2 just pop like that, and you've got your card shape. I mean, could that get any easier? So you got, as quick as that, you've got your ladder card, which I don't think that could get any easier, to be fair. It's just, and it looks amazing, doesn't it? But you've got that there straight away. Right, so we're gonna start at the bottom for this one. So I'm gonna bring in our table and our chair. So our table is going to go in the center for there. So I'm going to put a little bit of tape on that step. Oh, I do really like the idea as well of making these into like Christmas cards. Like, I can just imagine like the Father Christmas stood next to it, and you could have like presents and some foliage and stuff. I think it would look really nice as Christmas cards. That is going to sit there. So you've got the table in the center. Now before I stick the, right, I think I've got letters, but I think they're either mixed in with the foliage. Oh no, they're still in the bag. Oh, that was lucky, wasn't it? I've got an ant. Oh, they'll be there somewhere. I've got so many flowers here. They're probably like, I'll have a look now. Right, so I'm going to stick, oh actually I need to stick them in before I stick the book in. Right, have I got an ant? Did I do an ant? I've got a B and an M, or an M and a B. I must have it. Hang on, let me see. It must be under my flowers. Let me check. Oh, I probably dropped it, haven't I? Because they were still in the bag and I probably didn't see it and it's gone somewhere. Right, we're going to pretend there's an M. There's a and. We're going to go with a... Do you want an M and a B or a B and an M? Oh, okay. Bunny wants to do the B first because it's B for Bunny. So we'll go with the B. Oh, do you know what I just thought? It was really cute. You could put like the B there, like the start, and then you could like write a little note. Do you know, like the fairy books where the first letter at the very first page is like huge? You could do something like that. You could write like a little message or something. And then right, so we've got that, and then while that glue is still wet, I'm just going to give the book a bit of shape. So I'm just wrapping that around my finger, and then can you see they will just stay like that now. So when I stick that on there, it's got that shape to it, which works really, really well. Right, now I'm going to stick that there before, yes, right, I'm going to stick that there. So now this again is one of those decoupage pieces, so I'm just going to make sure it's on the side, so that will stick there, and then stick this book in, because I can always lift this up if I need to add anything under it. So just make sure when you stick in these that you're sticking it almost where the ladder is. So obviously I'm sticking it on the ends. I'll stick a little bit on there. So that is going to stick on our table like that. There, so we're starting to build now. Before I do anything else, I'm going to stick the chair in, and this is just going to go there like that, so it's just in front. And what I'm going to do is there, I'm going to put a tiny bit of pin flare, because I've shaped that book. If I put that on with glue, it's gonna kind of set a bit strange because the book's curved. So if you just put like a tiny bit of pin flare, there you go, and that'll hold its shape now. So if, I don't know if you've got a wonky, can you see that that is flat, whereas the book is curved? Can you? Go to the other one a minute. There, can you see that the book is still flat, straight, but like the book is curved? So just add a bit of pin flare where it will hit the, so like where that curve is in the book, where that's going to hit. If you just add a tiny bit of pin flare, then that'll keep, see, so that'll stay flat, whereas the book's curved then. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Bunny's just said you could snip some of the pages away from the book and then add more in, so it looks like the book has got more pages in it. Yeah, that's a nice idea. Right, this piece I need to snip into. So this is going to sit. Do I want to snip that? Yeah, so this bit I'm going to just snip that a little bit off the top. And then this is going to sit actually behind our book. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue around the edge and that corner there. And then I'm going to lift this up. And this is going to sit there like that. So it looks as if our flowers now are flowing up the ladder. And then I'm going to bring in, so I've got some of those natural embellishment pieces. So I'm going to add some of these in. So I'm just going to add a bit there, like that. I'm going to add this one in. Oh, so Bunny's just told me we've had a message from Sonal. Oh, she's saying good morning from Tampa, Florida. Oh, she does message in quite a lot, I feel, because I remember from Tampa. Oh, and she's saying absolutely stunning. Oh, and we've had a message from Hilary Smith as well saying, thank you for the demo. She is looking forward to receiving her collection. Oh, that's so exciting. And Linda has messaged as well saying, beautiful card, Laura. Oh, thank you, Linda. Oh, I think everybody has done what they needed to do now and they're sat at home crafting. Yeah, the weather's not very nice. Although I bet you the weather's quite nice in Tampa. I bet the weather's lovely there. And then we're going to add that in. And then should we add another one there? No, I feel like it needs another one. I feel like it needs it there. Yeah, so we're going to add that in. Let's put a little bit of glue on there. And we're going to pop that there like that, just to make that flow a little bit more. And you know what, that little bit that I've cut out, I'm going to add that in there. So let's put a little bit of glue. Like I said, never throw away any little bit that you cut off, because you will 100% use. So then if I pick that up, oh, when you make these, I know I'm showing you, but leave them there like that until your pin flare is completely set. But oh, I think they're so lovely. Do you know what I really do love about them is they just how effective they look, considering how easy they are to put together. They really do look like something quite complicated, and it is something that like would instantly, like I said, if I seen it in a fair or on a stand or anything at all, it is something I would instantly want to, like, I'd want to pick up and look at and think, well, how have you done that? Like, does that stand on its own? It does look really, really interesting, and it is something you instantly look at. Oh. Right, let's see. How long have we got left? Oh, I think we could squeeze another one in. Let me just put this somewhere. And we'll grab another. Will we fit that in? I think so. Let's pop. Right, let's put this. I'll start gluing this together, and then right, I've got the hammered cardstock for the card base, so we're going to use this for the base, and I've got the background papers that I'm using. So we've got the background papers, the perfect papers I am using for the background. So this is the one with that lovely dot design. Really, really lovely colorways in the perfect papers. You've got your pastel colors in there. They just work so beautifully with the collection. And don't forget, if you missed any of the other shows, or maybe you're just tuning in now, if you order the collection before 4 p.m, no, midnight on Thursday, then on Friday you will have an email with a exclusive set of background papers. So you will have 100 free background papers in an email to you on Friday as a thank you from Carnation. This collection has been very, very busy, and obviously we are getting close to Christmas, so as a little thank you from Carnation, they are going to be sending you an email on Friday. As long as you order before midnight on Thursday, you will be getting an email on Friday with 100 free background papers, and they are exclusive background papers, so they're not going to be the same as the background papers that are already available on the website. They will be 100 completely different background papers for you to use, which is really exciting. Nice little yeah, it's always nice to get something a little extra, isn't it, when you're doing your order? So that's a lovely little gift. Yeah, plus you're saving, obviously if you order before midnight on Friday, the price goes up, isn't it? So as long as you order before Friday, you're going to be saving on that price. And then if you order before midnight on Thursday, you're also going to get 100 extra backing papers, which is amazing. And I do enjoy using the backing papers from Carnation, because I do feel, even though they do them in colourways to go with collections, I do feel like they do them quite yeah, it's very subtle, so they are really versatile backing papers that you could just use on their own or use with other things as well. Like even in our Carnation group, you'll always see people using backing papers, and when you ask them, 9 times out of 10, you know, they've just mix and match them up, because the backing papers are really versatile to use with lots of other things. Right, so I've just got the frame next. So again, this is using the hammered cardstock, which is on the website. We've got this. This is going to sit on there like so, and then I've got my frame, which I've cut out separately. So you cut the frame out exactly the same way, and then you've got those like easy aperture design in the center. So I've snipped those away, and they are just going to leave us then with this lovely frame. And I'm going to use the Clean and Simple foam tape for this. The foam tape from the Clean and Simple range fits perfectly on these, and I used it earlier on the ladder. So if you are looking for a foam tape and you're getting this collection, the Clean and Simple one does work really, really well with this. It's just the perfect width to go with this, with the frames and things, so it's a really good one to get. So that is going to go on there like that, and then that's just going to give us more of that 3D effect then with that frame. So we've got our frame like so. Just make sure I've got that the right way around. Right, and then we've got our ladder, so we're bringing the ladder into this one. Now that is gonna sit there. I should have stuck that on first, shouldn't I? Right. This is gonna go there like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some glue on the back of there, add a little bit on the front of there, and a little bit there. Right, so this is just going to tack in there like that and sit on that frame. So it's going to come out of the frame, so it's come in, it's going to go behind the back and then come out on front of that. So we've got our frame there, and then I'm going to bring in our other bits then. So I'm going to put the flower here, so I'm going to build them flowers going up the ladder. So I'm going to stick this on there first, So we can kind of gauge where everything is going to go then. So that is going to sit on there like that. And then I feel like that should go there. Oh, I might stick that there so it looks like it's on the ladder. So we'll put this one here, so that's on the step. So I'll pop that one, oh, just tuck that in there, so that's there. And then that one is going to go about there. And then, oh, I was going to wrap that there. I'm going to tuck that in there. This is nothing like what I was actually going to do, but we'll go in with it. Right. Let's bring our decoupage pieces in. And we're going to tuck that in there. Like that, so that follows the ladder going up. Oh, I'm going to put that there. Let's pull that off. Right, now this is going to tuck. Actually, I'm going to tuck it there. It's like on the bottom bit. Oh, I don't know. I feel like it needs to be. Oh, I'm stuck. Yeah, it needs like to balance out a bit. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue this. So I want this to kind of stand out a bit more. What's going on with this glue? Right, so glue on there, just a little bit across the end. And then I'm going to glue that on there, like so. Because now I can shape this. And that is going to stand out with the banner, so that'll stand up like that. So let's add in right, let me stick this in and then I can kind of gauge where everything will go. So let's pop some glue on there. Now we're going to pop that along there like that. We'll pop these shoes in. Oh, Pam has messaged in. Pam is on our design team, so Pam's cards you've seen throughout all of the shows, and she's just messaged in saying beautiful card, Laura. Oh, thank you, Pam. Oh wow, so we've had a message off Hillary who has said that she loves the collection and she actually won the giveaway of the collection and she can't wait for hers to arrive. That's amazing. Oh, do you know what? How cool is that though, to just win a whole collection? That's amazing. Are you quite lucky, Bunny? No? I'm not. I think if I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all. Like I am so yeah, honestly, like I have never won. I've never a raffle, nothing. Like I'm not the. Some people are very lucky. Yeah, it could be like just small things, but like they've got luck. Like they do just. get lucky with things, don't they? Yeah, no, that is not me. So that must be so nice though to win. And just before Christmas as well, it's like a little, yeah, like a little Christmas present to yourself. That's so exciting. Right, I'm just adding in a couple of these flowers just to build that up. And we'll just add that one in there, and then oh, I think it's such a lovely collection. I really do. All of the cards look different. It's like even going through the design team cards, like some of them, like I said, some of them made me feel like holiday-ish, like it was really fresh, and then others made me think like, oh, that's a perfect wedding card, and then others like, oh, that'd be good for like mail card. Like there's just so many different ways that you can use the collection. I just feel like it just lends itself so well to different occasions and to different collections you'll already have as well. You know, like I've said, like that the ladder, or even like the frames, you know, you could put anything in those frames. They could be baby cards, they could be absolutely anything. It won't be long and we'll be like, oh, Mother's Day cards. I think is that the next thing? After Christmas? No. Oh, Valentine's. Valentine's will be the next thing. It'll be that's what we'll be on about next. It'll be like, right, Valentine's cards. Who's made their Valentine's cards yet? Right, now me and Penny will be back at 2, and we are going to be back at 2 o'clock with the design team showcase. So we're going to be remaking some of the design team cards. So if you've got any like questions, if you want to see anything cut out, or you want something to cut, you know, you want something cut out in something specific, or anything at all, if you want to just say hello, tell us that you've done your Christmas shopping, or that you're sat at home crafting with us, please do message in, because our craft along, we try and make it a bit more like interactive, don't we, and a bit more fun. So hopefully you will come back